school play, uh, and that's when I kind of caught the acting bug, and I fell in love with acting, and then I did acting in high school at a performing arts school in New York City. Um, I don't know if you want to translate that first, and then
Yes, please.
yeah.
Yeah, my memory is not good. Bueno, ella dice que ella empezó a actuar cuando a los 12 años de edad y después estuvo en lo que sería la preparatoria, ¿no? High school es like second, bueno, aquí es preparatoria. Ajá, sí, más que nada. Y bueno, de ahí pues empezó a amar mucho, le empezó a gustar mucho la actuación. Okay, go ahead.
And then I met Michelle actually at a acting conservatory at the neighborhood playhouse in the city.
Yeah.
Um,
Ya, bueno, ella dice que después ya me conoció a mí en el programa de conservatorio en esta escuela, The Neighborhood Playhouse. Okay.
and so then after graduating from the playhouse, that's when I started auditioning outside of school. I got an agent through my school, and I started auditioning for theater, for TV and film. So in the beginning, it went really well. I booked my first Netflix TV show. I don't know if any of you guys know Marvel's Iron Fist. That was my first show that I did, and it was an amazing experience. But that my acting journey has been a roller coaster, and I'll tell you more. You can
Ujú,
translate.
ya, pues, bueno, dice ella que después de que terminó la escuela, pues empezó a audicionar inmediatamente, ¿no? Empezó a hacer teatro y bueno, fue después de la escuela fue cuando obtuvo un agente y ahí fue cuando empezó a trabajar. No, no recuerdo si lo dijo, pero sí, cuando obtuvo este papel, ¿no? En Marvel, que es lo que les va a contar ahorita en este momento, pero que su vida actoral ha sido como una montaña rusa, ¿no? O sea, con subidas y altas y bajas.
That is amazing. That is amazing. And for this reason, this is my next question. How was the experience of working on the Netflix originals, Marvel's Iron Fist?
Oh, how does it work? The cast, the crew, the whole experience was a dream come true. And it was a little taste of what can happen when you put a lot of work, when you actively keep trying to put not just, dream that you're an actor, but actually go out and do the work of trying to figure out, I don't know, how to keep your dream alive. If that's like taking classes, if that means talking to people in the industry and figuring out, okay, how am I gonna make my dream a reality? Because there are so many different ways that you can achieve the dream. And I'm assuming everyone here is an actor. I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay. So that's one thing I want to say. There's not just one way. There's so many different ways you can try to achieve that dream. And right now, I'll tell you guys how my experience has completely changed from 5 years ago to now, and how I'm approaching the way that I am pursuing my acting career. Sorry, Michelle, that's a lot to translate.
It's okay. Yes, I'm gonna try to translate what you said. Bueno, dice que sí, cuando entró a trabajar a este programa, el conocer a la gente de producción, al equipo, fue como una buena prueba y que sí, que finalmente todo el trabajo que estuvo haciendo anteriormente, o sea, tomar las clases de actuación, pues finalmente dieron resultado, dieron fruto, pero que cuando quieres alcanzar un sueño, pues hay muchas maneras de lograrlo. y que su vida ha cambiado mucho desde hace 5 años. Es lo que recuerdo que dijo. Ok, Samantha.
Thank you for. I'm gonna learn. I need to learn Spanish. I've been trying to learn Spanish using Duolingo, but
Okay.
because I said the next time I'm coming to Mexico, I'm gonna know Spanish. That's why I haven't visited you yet, because I still don't know Spanish.
Okay, give me a second.
Un poco. I
Bueno,
know a little bit.
You can practice with us.
Yes, I can, and I'll practice. I'll teach you guys English, and you can teach me Spanish.
Yes, that's a good deal.
bueno, antes, sorry.
No, but
Well,
this is I just want to say, like, I'm really happy to be here, and I think this is great that you have this group. I want to ask you questions later too of how all of you
okay, for
guys,
sure.
how everyone knows each other. And I'm so happy that you're staying connected. I'm doing something just like this with my own friends. Um, and hope maybe we'll see, maybe we can like bridge those two things and you guys can meet my actor friends from all over. I think that would be really cool. Oh, you can, okay, go ahead, you can translate and then I'll continue what I was saying.
Bueno, I think they understand very well, but I'm
Oh,
gonna do it anyway. Bueno, antes dijo que, bueno, preguntó si alguien de aquí es estudiante de actuación y bueno, pues todos somos, ¿no? Y aparte que ella tiene otro grupo donde se reúne con sus amigos internacionales, así que le gustaría como unirlos, ¿no? Para, bueno, conocerlos mejor y que también ella tiene preguntas para nosotros que le gustaría hacer pues más adelante. Ok, Sam.
thank you.
Samantha, could you give an advice for these young students?
Advice, yes. So one advice I would have is keep the people, find the people that you trust and deeply love in your life and keep them close. That's one of the things I would say, because this business is really hard. It has broken me down. Like the last 5 years, I've auditioned. I've been on hundreds of auditions, and I only got one yes in the last 5 years. That's the reality. One yes in 5 years. Not to say that's going to be everyone's experience, but that's my experience. And I had to learn, how do I live with that, with the rejection, with not knowing when I'm going to get another acting job. So that's one thing, is like keep your friends close, keep the people you love close by, because they will be your rock. 2 is create. Don't wait. Don't wait for opportunities. Find your people you want to work with and have fun creating. I don't know, you can do little scenes or just find your people that you want to work with. And maybe some people just want to act, but maybe you find, oh, I like writing or I like directing. I love directing. Like I want to be a director also. So those are my 2 advice, those 2 things. And Michelle, you can.
Yes, please. Ajá, bueno, dice.
Before they translate, thank you, Samantha. It's incredible. And I give the floor to Michelle to continue the conversation and translate that.
Thank you.
Okay. Bueno, dice Samantha que si el primer consejo que les da es que encuentren a una persona a la que realmente quieren, mucho, y que estén lo más cerca de esa persona, porque esa persona va a ser como una roca. Puede ser, bueno, una persona, incluso amigos, ¿no? El segundo consejo que da, bueno, que pues que no esperen, ¿no?, a esos llamados, o sea, que creen ustedes mismos sus proyectos, porque en 5 años, o sea, ya ha hecho cientos de audiciones y solamente obtuvo un solo trabajo, ¿no? Y bueno, pues este mundo le ha roto el corazón, este mundo del espectáculo, de la actuación, le ha roto el corazón pues muchas veces, ¿no? Bueno, no el corazón, pero sí te bajonea, digamos, así decimos en México, nos la ha bajoneado mucho. Entonces, por eso es importante que tengamos una persona a quien amar y que la tengamos muy, muy, muy cerca, porque sí va a ser como nuestra roca. Y bueno, que creemos nuestros propios proyectos, no esperemos a que nos llamen, ¿no? Ok.
One thing I also wanted to add, thank you for translating, is that
Yeah, no
that
problem.
one of those people that also can be your biggest supporter is yourself. And I think that's the hardest because I don't always believe in myself. It's very hard for me to. I had to learn how to, and I'm still learning how to believe in myself. But I think that's one of the most important things is a daily reminder, a daily practice every day that I am doing something every day to remind myself that yes, I'm keeping my dreams alive. I believe that I can do this because I am doing this, this, and this. Um, I think that's very important because you can get lost. You can get lost in what's happening in your life of the so many things. Not everyone is fortunate enough to act. So I think we need to be our biggest number one fans. So
Ujú. Oigan, ¿sí están entendiendo todos bien? Porque estaba pensando que igual y para aprovechar más el tiempo, alguien no, porque veo que entienden muy bien. Bueno, les digo rápido, ¿no? Sí dice que pues hay que creer principalmente en nosotros y pues varias veces ella no lo ha hecho porque pues es pues muy, es difícil, ¿no? Creer en nosotros mismos. Así que, sí, bueno, es lo que dijo a grandes rasgos. Digo, ¿no? Para continuar con la plática.
Dijo que principalmente tenemos que ser nuestro gran apoyo, nuestro gran soporte y nuestro fan número uno. Y que
Ujú,
es muy difícil lograrlo, pero que una vez lográndolo es tener una gran ventaja.
ujú.
Ya.
Ok, ok, Samantha.
oh, I have nothing else to say.
You said that you wanted to ask something.
Oh, me?
Yes, you said.
Oh no. I don't know if anyone has questions or.
¿Alguien tiene una
Yes.
pregunta?
Uh-huh. Well, I have a couple, if you let me. So are you working on any project now, or you have any project in the future?
Yes.
Could you tell us, please, a little bit?
So to give you an update of what has happened most recently, I released myself from my management company, the company that's
Oh,
getting me jobs, acting jobs, because I was mentally not in the right place. So many auditions, they give you so little time to prepare an audition. And I was overwhelmed. I was having panic attacks, like crying before I would having to do the audition because it was too much. Like 5 years of it, I'm done. I've had enough. So I said, I need to take care of myself. Um, so I did that, and that was a decision for me that I felt was best. And now, coming back to New York, I was born and raised in New York. My parents are Filipino, so it's me and my brother and my sister. We all grew up here in New York City. But I've always loved going back to the Philippines, and we share a lot of similar culture with Mexico. When I went to Mexico, I was like, wow, I felt like I was home because it was very similar. Like we were both colonized by Spain, and we both love food, and we have a strong family connection. So I got along with every with Mitchell, with your family and everyone that I'm. So what was I saying? So now, coming back to New York, I've actually been working a lot on friends' projects. So going on set and working on their short films or their TV series. Um, and now I'm working with a my producing partner, and we have a feature film that hopefully we're going to, if it gets the money, if we get the money for it, this the script is already written, and I'll be acting in one of the parts, and hopefully we'll shoot it by the end of the year. And it touches on a lot of mental health, which is I'm very big on, like a lot of mental health issues. So I'm very happy to be doing a project that has meaning to it and not just any random kind of project. So I'm really happy to be doing things like with my friends and with, on subject matters and scripts that I love, and not just auditioning for just random things. So I feel like I have more control over what I'm doing, and I think like it gives me less anxiety. And I'll say that for now, and I want to talk about more about mental health after that. But go ahead.
Ujú. Sí, bueno, dijo primero que se acaba de salir de la agencia donde estuvo trabajando mucho tiempo, porque era muy estresante, se sentía muy sobrecargada, mucha presión, porque cuando le mandaban estos casting tenía muy poco tiempo para prepararse. Muchas veces ella lloraba, pues no podía con todo eso, así que pues decidió salirse y empezar a trabajar en otros proyectos, con amigos, donde se siente más relajada, con menos presión. También después dijo que, bueno, habló un poco acerca de sus papás, ¿no? Que sus papás son filipinos, pero ella, bueno, ahorita acaba de regresar a Nueva York, está pues viviendo con sus papás y con su hermano. Y cuando vino aquí a México, bueno, eso fue, después sí fue hace como 4 años, creo 5, yo la invité, dice que pues que encontró muchas similitudes con Filipina, primero porque pues ambos fuimos colonizados por los españoles, pero le gustó mucho la fuerte conexión que hay en México con nuestras familias. Ella se llevó muy bien, bueno, con todos ellos, con mi familia, y también, bueno, la comida es muy buena, todas esas cosas también son allá en Filipinas, una fuerte conexión con la familia. Y bueno, ya ahora que ya no está en esta agencia, que ya está ya más libre, sí que está trabajando con sus amigos en cortometrajes, en algunos de estos que se llaman web series, que son como una miniserie que se transmite en YouTube por lo general. Y está trabajando con su compañero con un compañero en una producción, en un mediometraje. Solo están esperando a tener el dinero suficiente para empezar a grabar, pero va a tratar mucho como de problemas mentales. Y bueno, ya va a tener un personaje ahí. Así que bueno, tiene mucha fe en este proyecto. Y dijo que justamente ahorita nos va a platicar algo sobre eso, ¿no? Sobre problemas mentales, es lo que entendí. Okay, you were saying that you want to talk about mental health.
Yeah, actually, I'm really curious to know. I know I would love to hear everyone's story, but
So,
I also want to know if anyone has questions or comments. Like I want to hear from you guys what you're
ajá.
interested in. Yeah.
Sí, alguien bueno, quiere saber acerca de ustedes y también si tienen alguna pregunta. Entonces, no sé quién quiere tomar la palabra.
I have another question, Samantha.
Mhm.
How was the most difficult casting you have done?
Like audition,
Yes.
Yeah.
the most difficult. To be honest, I feel like it's usually when it's a role that I really want. And you put a lot of work and effort into it, but it's not the actual getting in the room or the self tape and doing it. The hardest part is not hearing anything after, not getting it and not hearing not hearing like, oh, any feedback, or why you didn't get it. That is the hardest part. The hardest part is it feels like I'm putting my heart out to like, this is something I've been working my entire life and something I love. And someone saying, nope, next, it's not you. And it feels like the door is being slammed in my face. That is the hardest part. Not the acting part, that's probably the best part. Even if I'm nervous, because I'm nervous usually all the time. But after being knocked down, having to get back up and say, okay, it's a new day and I'm gonna keep going. That is the hardest, I think.
Ujú. Bueno, se dice que la parte más difícil es bueno, cuando después de que hace su audición, es cuando no recibe como la retroalimentación, cuando ni siquiera le llaman si sí o no obtuvo el papel. Entonces, bueno, la parte de la audición, de la actuación, a ella le gusta, ¿no? Es como la parte más padre, pero es muy difícil, muy duro, cuando pues no le dicen nada, si estuvo bien, si estuvo mal, nada, y pues simplemente le dicen, ok, thank you, y pues le cierran la puerta en la cara, ¿no? Y pues al día siguiente pues se tiene otra vez que levantar y decir, bueno, ok, aquí vamos de nuevo, ¿no? Sí, esa es la parte más difícil, cuando, no cuando le cierran la puerta y no le dicen si bien o mal, simplemente dice, ya estás haciendo eso porque es tu sueño, y te dicen, sí, no, bueno, el que sigue y te cierran la puerta, ¿no? Sin ninguna explicación. Esa es la parte más difícil, ¿no? Ok. So, ¿quién tiene alguna pregunta? Julio, Daniela, Azul. Julio, ¿no?
Hi, Samantha. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for being here, and we are so glad that you are here and you're giving us this time to be with us. First of all, I want to ask something about your last name. Is Herrera? That's a Latin last name, and that got me some kind of confusing because you said I'm Philippine. So I guess this is because you are married, right? It's just where does it come from?
No, actually, most Filipinos have Latin last names.
Really?
They
Because
either
of
have,
Spanish.
because of this, yes, because of the Spanish colonization.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's a common, a lot of people ask, they ask me like, are you half this, half that? And no, like both of my parents are both Filipino.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's probably it.
Okay, let me translate for them very quick. Yo le hice una pregunta estúpida sobre su apellido que es latino y se me hizo raro que fuera de Filipina y me dice que hay muchos apellidos latinos o bueno, españoles porque fueron colonizados por España, también en Filipinas, pero ella es completamente filipina. Fue una pregunta tonta. That's all. Okay. Second of all, let me. You said about that when you go to an audition, it is kind of a taste that the hard work you have to put on. You know, you said about studying acting. You know, doing a lot of work to get that part in a movie, film, whatever. Um, Besides the study, acting study, what else? What kind of effort, what kind of work, hard work you have to put on your career to be an actress and to get there and say, hey, I'm here, I'm prepared, I am a good actress. So look at me. So what you have to do, what you had to do to become an actress?
So there are many different paths that you can take. But
Okay.
I can talk about my process and I can talk about, I guess, the advice that I would give to go about that.
Okay.
So how I got into it was I started when I was 12 and I was just lucky enough. At first, my parents weren't supportive. They thought it was just
like every parent.
yeah. But then I didn't give it up. I went to high school for it, and the high school that I went to was actually free. Like if you got in, um, all 4 years it's a free school. So it was an amazing experience. Um, and that was like the first time I started training. So I was very lucky to get into that high school where I got to act every day.
Really?
Um, and then in college, I did some acting, and then I went to the conservatory where I met Michelle. So I knew that I wanted training. I said to myself, I don't want to just I don't want to just audition. I want to study. I want to study acting. I want to do acting every day in a classroom with people. So that's what I wanted to do. And then when I felt ready, I was like, okay, what's the next step? My school said, okay, you get an agent or a manager who gets you auditions so that you could audition for like Netflix, for Hulu, um, for theater or TV, anything on TV. I was like, oh, that's cool. Okay, I'll do that. But it was not as easy. It's not always easy getting an agent or a manager. And I only got that through school because they helped with those connections.
Mhm.
But just because you have an agent or manager doesn't guarantee that you will book an audition. It's like winning the lottery, like winning the fucking lottery. Sorry for this. No, it is. And there are so many amazing actors. Like, I'm sure all of you have something in you that is so unique to you, and no one else can do it. And it's like you are competing the whole world for one role. And I'm like, wow, that's why I stopped auditioning. I said I need a break because I I don't want to just keep. I feel like I'm just. I got really frustrated, and I felt like I was using all my energy into something that is going nowhere, or I don't know where it's going. I have no idea. And to be honest, that energy, I'm like, it could be used with people that actually care, that know you, with projects that are meaningful, that mean something. Because I was like, why do you guys act? Why do you love acting? And I had to remind myself, I love acting because I love connecting. Um, and I deal with a lot of anxiety and depression. So to me, acting is, it makes sense. It gives me purpose. Like that is my purpose in life. No matter how horrible or negative thoughts I have, I know that acting will help me become a better person, will help me connect with other people, and will make me like see, oh, there's hope. There's hope. Like I feel alive. Um, in terms of other paths that you can take, I also went to Los Angeles. I went to LA, and I lived there for a year and a half because I thought, oh, that's what all actors, they go to LA and that's where everything is. And it is. All the there's writers, directors, they're all out in LA. But it wasn't for me. I realized I was so unhappy in LA. I was just working. I was driving for Uber. I was working at a cafe and babysitting to pay for rent. And I did little acting, not even so little. I was just working, and then I got an audition and I'm like so tired. I have no time to work on it. So then the pandemic happened, and I lost my job, and I said, I'm going to go back home. And that was one of the best decisions, because I realized living in LA, you don't have to be in LA to be an actor. You can be anywhere. Like, you can be in Mexico, you can be in Europe, you can be in a tiny, tiny country, because we have social media, we have the resources now to connect like this. We have Zoom, which is amazing. And I realized that on you don't need an agent. If you could get one, like, it'll help, but you don't have to feel limited. Even if you don't have a lot of training, that's okay. All you need is you need to just love what you're doing. And if you have that, you will find a way. The people, you will attract those people. They will see, but you have to actively do it. And how, like, even writing your own script and shooting it, it doesn't have to be fancy. I've seen actors write skits, put it on YouTube, and suddenly, like, they had a career because of that. And but they did a lot of them. That's one way. That's not the only way, but it became from the joy of doing it. She did it. She did the web series not because, oh, I'm gonna get people will see me in this. No, they did. She did it with her brother because it was fun, and she loved it. So I think you have to remember that. Don't do it just because, like, oh, I'm gonna do it because I'm gonna be seen, but do it because this is the kind of work that you love and that you want to do. Don't forget that, because you don't want acting to become something miserable, because I was in that place where acting became something I hated myself, and I thought everything I did was terrible. And so, and I kept training, and I'm like, I'm not getting work. But then I look up and I'm like, wait, I have all my acting friends. I have all my friends here. We could make something together. Yeah. And so that's what I'm doing now. And I'm so much more happier now than I've ever been doing acting.
Okay, give me a second, please. Bueno, a grandes rasgos, porque fue muy, muy, muy largo, yo le preguntaba, que hace rato mencionó, que ella pone, cuando empezó a hacer sus audiciones, se dio cuenta y tuvo como ese sabor de decir, aquí se pone mucho trabajo y aquí me tengo que preparar y aquí tengo que estudiar. Yo le preguntaba exactamente qué es ese trabajo fuerte, además de estudiarse y prepararse. Bueno, empezó a platicar de que ella se fue a Los Ángeles, estuvo allá un rato, 1 año y medio, pero trabajó en una cafetería, trabajó cuidando niños, trabajó haciendo otras cosas, y fue a muy pocas audiciones, exacto, manejó un Uber, y ya hasta estaba cansada de incluso prepararse para una audición. Entonces fue una vida miserable, decidió regresarse a Nueva York y fue una de sus mejores decisiones, porque además comenzó la pandemia y en toma de juntarse con sus amigos, ella dice que no es necesario ir a Los Ángeles, sí, que allí está todo y hay muchas cosas, pero que puedes actuar, si lo que realmente amas es actuar, puedes hacerlo en cualquier lugar, está en el internet, están muchas cosas que hoy día nos podemos valer, pero tienes que amar realmente este trabajo para hacerlo, ¿sí? Porque si lo vas a hacer desde el punto de vista de que quieres ser visto, pues entonces ya empezaste mal, ¿de acuerdo? A grandes rasgos es lo que nos está diciendo. Samantha, tell me something. What do you think is your unique thing? I mean, what would you say this is me? You said before, everyone can be an actor, an actress, but you have to be unique. What makes you unique? Okay, in the meantime, yeah, it's difficult, I know. Gotcha. Okay, you think about it, okay? Let me translate. Le pregunto porque hace rato ella dijo que todos podemos actuar y hace un momento también comentaba que incluso no necesitas estudiar, puedes empezar a actuar y aprender y juntarte con tus amigos y todo esto. Yo le pregunto, pero ella dice que tienes que tener algo único que sea tuyo, que te identifique. Yo le pregunto, ¿qué es eso que ella tiene? Y por eso es que se quedó de, ok, come on, Sam, you got it now?
Are you asking what would be unique in my acting? Like what I would bring to a role that would be different compared to um, performance wise or as a human
As a human.
you understand?
Yeah.
As a human. Okay.
Yeah.
That I can answer.
Okay.
Yes. So this feels so it's personal, I guess, because I feel like I don't have any I feel like I don't really have any, like, acting is my one thing. Like, if there's one thing I have committed and devoted my life to, it's that. Not a relationship. Not a relationship. I've had relationships, but I feel like that's the one thing that keeps me going. And I know that if I'm on set, whatever set, it could be the smallest set with friends, it doesn't have to be big, that I am reliable. I will be there. I will make sure that I do the best job to bring people together, to make sure that they're safe, and as a director, I love bringing people together, and I want to make sure that they could be anywhere else. They could be at home with family, they could be with friends or doing whatever, but they chose to be here. So I want to make sure that everyone is respected and having fun. And I think having that kind of safe and fun, creative space, whether you're an actor, a writer, director, whatever you want to do, that is my thing. I will always bring that, whatever set I'm in. I will make sure everyone feels seen and heard, and hopefully have a little fun, because we're making a movie. It's not like we're cutting someone up open and doing surgery. So
Ok. Ella dice que, bueno, primero empezó diciendo que lo que la hace única es el actuar y que por eso, por el actuar, ella sigue en esta carrera, digámoslo así. Y como ahora, como directora, dice que su afán es juntar a toda su gente y hacerlos sentir en un ambiente creativo y hacerlos sentir que todos pueden ser vistos y todos pueden ser escuchados. Ese es su propósito ahora. Formar este equipo con la gente que ya tiene, que se pudo juntar con sus amigos que también actúan y ser creativos. Y por ejemplo, si van a hacer una película, pues hacerlo y que todos se diviertan y lo disfruten, no nada más hacerlo porque sí, eso es como su propósito. Ok, Sam. Um, you were saying before that if I am an actor, I have to be like in love with acting, right? But a lot of people, especially the young people, the kids, I think they think that being an actor is being famous, being seen. Um, what would you say to them to change that mind?
you know what? I wouldn't even change their mind. I would just ask them questions. I would ask them, what if they're interested in acting. I would ask them, like, why are you interested in it? What about it, makes you want to go after it? And what are you willing to do to keep that, keep that alive? I don't think you have to love it, because when I first started, I didn't even know that I was gonna, you know, I liked it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna audition for the other play in school, you know. And then I was like, oh, there's a school that where you can act. Okay, I'll audition. It wasn't even like, you know, I wasn't even thinking like, oh my God, it's gonna be my entire life. I didn't know that until later on. Um, so, but I think it's like you have to keep aware of what your intention is. Like, why am I going to school, or like why do I keep pursuing acting? Is it because I enjoy it, or is it because I just want to see my face on the screen? But that's fine. If you want to just, you know, if you're not super serious about it but you still want to just try, I don't think that's bad. I think, why not? um so I think, you know, yeah, I and it's like you're so young, you know, you're so young when like teenagers or young artists going into it, it's like they're still trying to figure out who they are. They're still trying to figure out what they really want to do. So it's just so tricky to like say, oh no, you only have to go into it if you love it. It's like you need for them to explore and to fail and to make mistakes. So I would say, and I've made many mistakes. It just so happens that I kept up with acting. Um, and now I'm like, oh, I think I also want to direct. And and that kind of just that came out of the acting school I was in, because they gave us the opportunity to also direct in one of our classes. And I was like, oh, this is cool. And I always wondered, oh, what if I went to film school instead? Maybe my life would have been different. Maybe I would have, you know, I wouldn't have to go through the 5 years of auditioning and all that pain of like rejection. But I think everyone is on their own path, and I've learned so much from everything I've done, and I don't regret, you know, anything, and I wouldn't change it.
Yeah, because all those mistakes make you stronger, make you the person that you are now, right? And they get those all those things um, give you wise wisdom and a lot of knowledge, right? Okay, let me translate this. Yo le preguntaba que pues hoy los chicos justo pretenden ser actores, actrices porque quieren ser famosos o ser vistos. Yo le pregunté qué les diría a ellos para cambiar sus mentes. Me dice que no tendría por qué cambiárselas, que ella les preguntaría más bien para qué quieres serlo, para qué quieres ser actor, actriz, ¿sí? ¿Cuál es tu propósito? Si lo vas a hacer porque te divierte, porque te gusta, ¿por qué? ¿Sí? Que incluso ella cuando empezó en todo esto a los 12 años y luego que fue a la prepa y se encontró que actuaba y luego a la escuela de actuación, pues ella pues decía, ok, voy a actuar, bueno, está bien, una obra más. Ya existe una escuela de actuación, ok, voy a la escuela de actuación. Hasta más tarde descubrió que era lo que quería hacer, pero realmente para ella era así como, ok, actuar, ¿no? Pero pues bueno, que ella no le diría nada a los chicos y pues bueno, que además creo que todos son libres y deben darse la oportunidad de intentarlo y de fallar y de cometer errores, ¿ok? A grandes rasgos es todo eso. Okay, Sam, I'm gonna leave you alone with all these kids because they have a lot of questions. So for
Sure.
me, that's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Julio, and thank you for translating.
Thank you, Sam. Next, siguiente. Perdón, creo que iba Share, right, Share?
Sure. Sure.
Perdón, Share y después Samantha Leal.
Okay. Well, thank you, Samantha, for being here with us and share your experience. Wow, it's very interesting. But my question is more personal. Is what kind of hobbies do you have? Because I think being an actress is wow, it's amazing. But I think you have another interesting, not only to be in a scenario or a TV show. Could you tell us something about your hobbies?
Course. I love that question. Thank you. Yes, that's true. It's good to have other things other than acting. Um, I also teach yoga on the side. I'm a yoga teacher. I love yoga. I used to hate it actually. I used to hate yoga. And then I ended up after graduating, I didn't know what to do with myself. So I went to a donation-based yoga class. You can give like $1 and you just go. And I was like, wow, this is cool. So I just kept going. It was like it was free. Um, and then I decided, oh, I should train to be a yoga teacher because I could do that on the side of acting. And I could have an open, flexible schedule. So yoga is one thing, but I have two things that I love. Well, three because I love food.
Me too.
I love food. That's maybe number one.
I love us.
Everyone.
I love cooking, and I love like fusing different cuisines together, like Asian and Latin, like everything. I love doing food fusions. Um, what else? I love traveling. So one of the first places I went, I think Mexico was besides the Philippines, I think Mexico was like one of the first places I went, like outside of the US, because I was sick of I love New York City, but I was dying to see the world and meet other people. Um, and ooh, sorry. Hello?
Here we are.
Oh, sorry. Someone was trying. Okay. Um, yeah, so I was dying to like meet other people and learn different cultures. So traveling to me is one of the best things. When what I would do is like I would try to save up money and then go. But Mexico that and going to Colima, we went to Minatitlan where we met your mom and her family, and that was amazing. Like I love that kind of traveling, not like the resort. I love actually learning about the culture and meeting all different kinds of people. Um, and traveling, honestly, it helps me not, it helps my anxiety and not think about, oh, my career, my future. I'm just so in the present of what's happening. Like picking up the mango. I think remember Michelle, remember we were throwing a mango on the street. We were just passing it
When
back and forth.
now we went to the church and we stole a couple of mangoes from the church, and then we were walking on the street just playing with the mango, and we crashed the mango to a car. Do you
In a
remember the
car.
car? In the
In
car.
the church.
Yeah, we
That's
stole it from the
amazing.
church.
Stuff
You're a
like
singer.
no one got hurt, but except for the mango. Um,
Mhm.
but things like that, that's what I live for. Like the moments like that. Um, oh, and Michel, he drove us all around. Thank you. I never forget that. He really you were the best host ever.
Well, you drove through the mountains. Do you remember?
I did. Because
Yeah.
I love driving in random places, and that was the best. I think you were scared. I'm a
Yes.
good driver. I'm a
I
good
told
driver,
you.
by the way. Driving for a long time. Um, so that's yeah, traveling, and I love writing. I've been writing ever since I was young. I journal like I have a notebook here. I have so many notebooks. And I just write my thoughts. I'm writing a script right now. It's really hard, but I'm like 70 pages in, and it's for a feature film. It's the first feature film I've ever written. So I'm hoping to finish that and hopefully make it one day and direct it. Maybe act in it, but I don't know. Might be too much of who knows. But I love writing and I hope to, I don't know, maybe just publish something one day. But honestly, I don't even call myself a writer because it's precious to me. Like it's my time to just be myself. And I don't care how it looks but it's been something that's helped me with my own anxiety and depression and just like I need a place to put my thoughts and like this is my best friend. So, yeah.
Ok, bueno, Cher le preguntó que cuáles eran sus hobbies. Ella mencionó 4: comer, cocinar, hacer fusión de comidas como la latina y la filipina. El siguiente es viajar, que uno de los primeros lugares que visitó fue México, y muchas aventuras con Michelle que los llevaron ella manejó por las montañas, le encanta manejar también.
Y se robaron un mango de la iglesia.
Se robaron y luego los estrellaron los pobres mangos, bueno. Y por último mencionaba el escribir, que ella escribe mucho, ella no se autonombra una escritora porque es algo muy personal lo que ella escribe, le ayuda con su ansiedad y su depresión, y el viajar le ayuda muchísimo a olvidarse de la carrera que llevamos nosotros, que suele ser muy difícil, ¿no? Pero esos son como sus 4 hobbies que ella tiene, porque eso fue lo que le preguntó Cher. A grandes rasgos es todo eso, pero ya. ¿Es todo,
Thank you,
Cher?
Samantha.
Thank you. What's your name?
Cher.
Cher. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Now we go with Samantha Leal, your tocaya.
I tell you before, Samantha, do you remember when people have mutual name, we call it tocayo.
How do you say that?
Tocayo.
Tocayo?
When someone else has the same name like you. Okay.
It's nice
No?
to see you.
Yes, because have the same name, Samantha, both of you. You're Samantha Herrera and she is Samantha Leal.
Okay.
Well, hello. First of all, I wanted to thank you for your time with us. And, well, getting back to your career, I wanted to ask, well, I read a little bit of you, and I know that you make like TV, films, theater, a little bit of musical theater, and also I see that you dance. So I wanted to ask you, um, well, from your experience, what do you like most? Like musical theater or making a film or whatever? What do you like most? Why? And if you will change something about it.
That I would change something about?
Yeah, like I don't know, maybe making like a musical movie or kinda.
Okay. So it's funny that you guys say career because I don't it's more of a journey, like a messy, crazy roller coaster journey. I don't think I can say that I have a career yet, but I'm working my way towards one. In terms of what I like, um, I started off in theater. That was like my roots, being on stage, and I don't know, it's different. Like I have a different love for theater and for film because they're so different. Um, musical theater, I like to sing in the shower when no one is listening. That's, that's it. Like I tried to sing in front of people and I would just cry. So, but I like singing. I'm working on it. With karaoke. It's we'll see. Um, but it's hard. I like theater and film in different ways because it's just so different. For theater, you get to rehearse like every day, and then you get to come into the you have a schedule and you see this usually the same people every day, and you get to experiment. You don't get to do that a lot with film. You get some rehearsal if you're lucky, but it depends on the director. Like if your director is your friend, you can rehearse as much as you want. So, but then there's something with film that's also amazing. Like I would skip class a lot and go to the movie theater, and that's how I would. I dealt with a lot of like mental health issues in college, so and wasn't. I didn't really like high school. High school for me was really difficult. So I would go to the movies a lot. That's where I would escape. Um, so yeah, I would have to say it's like I like film and theater. My love for them is equal and it's different. And now your last thing, Samantha, that you were asking, you said what you would change. I'm a little confused.
Está
Well,
confundida en tu última pregunta. ¿Qué,
amigo, perdóname. Yes, it's
si
just
le
that.
preguntaste que qué cambiaría ella?
¿Qué?
Go ahead.
Yes,
Digo,
it's just that. What would you change about your project? Like maybe in the one of Netflix, you would like to sing, or maybe do something different about that project in specific.
Does it have to be does it have to be something I've already done or something I want to do?
De algo que ya hizo o algo
As
que
you
va.
want. If you want to do like something you want to do, or you do, like you want to say.
I would my next thing that I would love to do, I really want to direct. And I've seen actors who I admire, like sometimes they say like, "Oh, you can't act and direct at the same time and write it." But I'm like, I want to fucking do it. I want to do everything. I want to do everything. I want to direct it. I love directing because I know exactly how I want the movie to look like. And then the main character is just me. You know, I don't have to, for that one movie that I want to make, I don't have to try to be anyone else except myself. And it's not exactly me, but a lot of the character is me. And she is like super bubbly on the outside when she meets people, but then behind closed doors, she's serious and she thinks too much, and she feels like she feels like she doesn't have a future. She feels like she doesn't have a purpose. And by the end of the movie, she finds that. And that's what I'm going through something very similar where, and I started doing therapy for the first time in my life. And my therapist said, you know, she believes that we all have a purpose. And I said, really? I don't know. And I told her I don't know if that's true. Because I'm still struggling to find what my purpose is. Even though I love acting a lot, I feel like there's something else, something higher, some reason why I'm here on this earth. I don't know. But I think acting is helping me figure that out. It's helping me figure out more of who I am and who I want to be in this world. And I think that is the greatest thing, the greatest gift that you can give yourself is self knowledge, like knowing yourself and self-worth, because no one else can give that to you. So I hope I answered your question.
Yes, of course. It's so interesting. And also, please, I want to be your actress. Help me.
Everyone, yeah, everyone I meet, I love meeting new actors. So by the end of this, I hope to, stay in contact with everyone. I think this business of acting, we need to keep together. Like I'll give you my email, and you can always ask me any questions. Feel free to bother me, whenever. I think if we continue to like help each other out, that's like the whole reason why I do this, is to connect. So yes, and I truly mean that when I'm not just saying it. I really, really want to help like other artists achieve their dreams, because it is my dream too.
Oh my God,
Thanks
thank you.
for that. Ok, déjenme rápidamente la primera pregunta que dijo Samantha, que qué le gustaba más en la actuación. Ella dice que teatro y cine los ama de la misma manera, pero son distintos porque son para ella completamente distintas cosas en la manera de hacer. Entonces, que cada una tiene la suya y ella lo ama a los dos. No podría decir cuál ama más, simplemente los ama, pero de diferente manera. Y después dijo que, bueno, para su película ella ha escuchado siempre que nadie puede actuar y dirigir al mismo tiempo, pero ella dice, ¿por qué trinches no? Que ella lo quiere hacer y lo va a hacer, porque es su personaje, su creación, y que no es exactamente ella, pero tiene mucho de ella, ¿sí? Que ella en la escuela, en la preparatoria, la pasaba muy mal, no le gustó y se escapaba de las clases para ir al cine, para ir a ver películas. Entonces, que ella ha escrito mucho sobre esto, que actualmente, bueno, hasta a la fecha, nunca lo había hecho antes, pero que empezó a tomar terapia, pues justamente para tratarse de esta ansiedad y de esta depresión, y que su terapeuta le dice que ese personaje dice que tiene un propósito, pero que ella a la fecha no encuentra su propósito, a pesar de que ella ama el actuar, no encuentra su propósito, dice que puede y hay algo más allá, que está luchando, está peleando por encontrar cuál es ese propósito, pero mientras le gusta actuar y está haciendo hoy día la labor de juntarse con gente y ayudar a gente. Y ahorita que Samantha le dijo, oye, llámame, yo soy actriz, ella dijo, claro, para eso estamos, los actores debemos apoyarnos, juntarnos, les voy a dar mi correo, pueden molestarme en cualquier momento, preguntarme lo que sea, porque es lo que creía, ¿no? Que debemos estar juntos, hacer equipo y ayudarnos. ¿Ok? Thank you, Sam. Siguiente.
Before the next question, let me take a screenshot of this class. So guys, okay.
Could I take my own photo too? How do I do that? Command Shift. Wait. Oh, I think I did it. Wait, I gotta do that again. Hold on. Wait. All right. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Chicos, si alguien quiere preguntar, no tienen por qué hablar inglés, les puede ayudar Cher, Michelle o mí mismo, o Samantha Leal.
Daniela quiere preguntar.
Okay, first, in that minute that you are been here, I admire you so much. You're such a strong woman. I just started acting in this year, of course, and oh my gosh, I didn't have the idea that it was so difficult, no? And that, oh my god, your story is so huge, such a huge, that means too much for me now. I'm so young. I'm just 8 years old, and I don't know. I want to tell you that I start to acting because in my childhood I just saw serious movies and I want to like do that, no? But in my family just say you that you need to to have a career, or I don't know, being a lawyer, a teacher, you know, and some stuff, and that being have the the thing that doing an acting it was so relaxing. I feel like I'm free, and I don't know if that that I want to be now. You know, I'm started to university, and I hope that I'm doing the best. I have uh, I I take a great choice to being here now to do this, to do acting, you know, and say you that I'm so proud. You're so strong, and it helps me. Your story helps me a lot. You know, it it means so much that you've been here to tell us all those stuffs. And okay, okay. Well, I have an answer. I have a question too, for being exact. And the first question, the first question that I want to do is: do you have an idol or a person that inspires you to being? No, it can be your mom or some or a friend, and in what that person teach you, no?
Oh, you, Daniela. Wow. Thank you so much for being vulnerable and honest, and I think you're exactly where you need to be right now. Like you being here with everyone, you're exactly where you need to be. And whatever you want to achieve, whatever dreams you have, you're doing it right now. Like you are there. You're actively doing it. So I'm like really proud of you. Like thank you for being here. And thank you for your words. And you know how I stay strong? I cry a lot. That's what I do. I cry a lot. And usually, sometimes people see, and a lot of times people don't see. But I allow myself to cry. Um, so, yes, I have someone that I admire a lot. Um, it's hard for me to talk about it because she she so I met her during I actually met her during quarantine. Um and she's one of like the strongest people I know. She's not an actor, she's actually a neurologist, a brain doctor. And she has taught me, and I've never told her this actually, but she has taught me how to believe in myself. And it's taking me so long to 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 love myself. Like I'm still trying to figure out how. And she has gone through so much in her life. She, not to say too much, but she has gone through a lot of sexual abuse when she was younger. And she is the kindest person, like the most beautiful person I have ever met. She's like one of my favorite people in the entire world. And for someone to be that kind, for her, every patient that she has, they feel so safe with her. And it's amazing. You can go through life where so many bad things have happened to you, and you can still make the choice to be kind, to still and she's achieving her dreams. She studied like for more than 10 years to be a brain doctor, and her dad almost died from a disease, and her family lost all their money, but she's figured out how to sacrifice and how to stay strong. And she's not, and I will always like thank her for that, and like I admire her for that, because it makes me believe, and she's one of the people that like believes in me and that I can do it, and when I don't even believe that I can do it. So I think that's one of the strongest things that like anyone can have, is to keep going.
Thank you. Do you can? Thank you, Samantha. That's really
Dame un
personal. I'm
segundito,
sorry.
Daniela, por favor, para traducirles a los chicos rápidamente, o seguimos, chicos. Todos están entendiendo, porque a lo mejor sigo traduciendo y todos entienden. Ok, rápidamente. Daniela pues, le dijo que le gustó su historia y que le ayuda mucho en este momento a Daniela, y que ella tomó la decisión hasta ahora de actuar. Y bueno, ella le agradeció por las palabras que le dijo. Y Daniela le pregunta que si hay una persona a quien admira, un ídolo, y ella dice que sí, que no es actriz y mucho menos se dedica a este medio, es una neuróloga que ella conoció en la cuarentena, y que es la persona que le ha ayudado a amarse a sí misma, ha enseñado a amarse a sí misma. Ya a la fecha no sabe cómo hacerlo, pero lo está intentando gracias a esta persona que ha sufrido muchísimo, que de niña fue abusada, que ha estudiado más de 10 años medicina para hacer lo que hoy día es, que perdió a su padre, que quedaron sin dinero, y que a pesar de todo esto es una persona muy linda, muy tierna, y que tú puedes tener la elección de, no importa lo que pase en tu vida, pero de tener la elección de seguir siendo una buena persona, y que por eso y por lo que le ha enseñado a nivel personal, que le cuesta mucho trabajo hablar, por cierto, es eso, ¿no? Lo que le ha enseñado a amarse a sí misma. Y otra cosa que le dijo a Daniela es que, porque Daniela le dijo, no sé si hice la mejor elección de estudiar actuación o de estar actuando. Y Samantha le dijo que sí, que este es su momento porque es el presente. Y hace rato también lo había mencionado, que se me pasó, cuando hablaba de los viajes, que ella vive el presente, vive el momento. Y se lo acaba de repetir a Daniela, que claro que es correcta, porque este es el momento, este es el presente. Y si se equivoca y si quiere cambiar de decisión, no importa, no pasa nada, porque hay que estar en el presente. En contexto global es eso. Adelante, Daniela.
Okay. Thank you for this words. I have the second question. With what words would you define your life, not actually in that moment?
What words would I define my life in this moment? The only two words I can think of is hot mess, but grateful. I think I'll stick with that for now. It's like despite it being my life, being both my personal life, and it feels like I don't know where I'm going, feel lost. It feels crazy sometimes and feels like too much or not enough or boring or stress, like everything. I think at the end of the day, I'm grateful for everything that has happened to me, and including this.
Thanks.
So.
Ok, perdón Daniela, no escuché tu pregunta, dímela rápidamente o dila en español, y traduzco lo que dijo Sam.
¿Con qué palabras definirías tu vida en este momento?
Okay. Ok, ella contestó primero que primero un completo desastre, pero después dijo que agradecida por lo que es su vida, porque a veces se cansa de que ya es suficiente, o a veces se cansa de que o que quiere más, en fin, pero hoy día se siente agradecida, incluyendo este momento. Next.
The next question is Irving. Irving.
Yeah, well, hi. First of all, I would like to say that I think we all are happy and glad to have you here. And I think your story would help a lot of us. And I have a couple of questions. And the first question is, what tips would you give to us to make some auditions and stuff like that?
Mhm. So, thank you, Irving. It's nice to meet you. Mucho gusto. I One of the things that you can do from your home, and you can just use your phone if you have video on it, or your computer, and you can start making. I have a friend who started writing her own monologues, and you can, if you don't write, you can just research and find plays or movies or TV shows that you really like and do like a monologue or a scene from it, and then record yourself. And my friend did one. She wrote one and she recorded it, and I showed it to my friends, my acting friends. Oh my god! And they were like in tears by the end of it. It was so good, and she didn't even have no makeup, nothing. Like just her. It was so, that was like real acting, just like you don't care. I've spent too much time putting on makeup for auditions and making sure my hair is perfect and this strand is like that. I spend out just like my hair, not, it doesn't even matter. But that's one thing that you can do, is like you can record your own scenes, your own monologues, and then put it on YouTube, you know? Post it on YouTube, post it on Instagram, TikTok, whatever you, I don't know. I'm not really a social media person. I don't post a lot, but people are watching. People are always watching. Um, so that's like a really easy kind of cheap way you can start off like working on your own stuff. I don't know like the resources that you guys have there in terms of like theater or TV and film, but I would say get together with like some friends, and start shooting something. And but make sure you're having fun. I feel like that's number one. Pick people that you want to spend time with and have fun with, and you know do like a scene or a skit together, and then edit it, and yeah, and then put it out in the world and see what happens.
Ok, ella dice que una de las cosas que aconseja es grabarse a sí mismo. Si no eres escritor, no sabes cómo escribir, que copies una escena de la serie que te guste, la película o un sketch o lo que sea, y te grabes a ti mismo, y que no importa si no te maquillas ni nada, ¿no? Que ella perdía mucho tiempo en maquillarse y peinarse para verse bien, pero a fin de cuentas, pues eso no cuenta tanto, ¿no? Entonces, que te grabes a ti mismo, que juntes con tus amigos para grabarse, pero lo más importante es que se diviertan y lo subas a YouTube, lo subas a Instagram o cualquier otra plataforma, porque lo dejes ir ahí al mundo y a ver qué pasa. De todo el tiempo la gente está viendo. Sí, una de sus amigas se grabó a sí misma sin nada, sin maquillaje, y se lo mostró a sus amigos de su grupo de actuación, y pues bueno, le gustó mucho, pero una de esas cosas que ella recomienda es hacerlo, grabarse y subirlo a las plataformas.
I just wanted to add also, Julio, thank you for translating. Um, those things are good too. And then if you want to go to the next level of like putting your stuff out there, you can even send, if you put like a short film together, you can start sending that to festivals. There's so many short film festivals around the world. I actually judged one of them in Los Angeles called the Los Angeles Diversity Film Festival. And I've judged, I think, 3 times. So I watch a bunch of films and I rate them, but they're amazing. They have films from all over the world. And this is a great way to get your stuff out there. And if you there's so many different festivals, and sometimes it's cheap to send your film in. It's not that expensive. You don't have to spend a lot of money to make a film. But if you work on the script and you get friends together, you can submit it to different places and get it seen. And hopefully that can be a start of something if you're interested in doing a film.
Sí, que si estás interesado en hacer cine, pues bueno, te grabes, te juntes con tus amigos, hagan cortometrajes y los envíen a festivales de cortometrajes. Ella fue jurado en Los Ángeles de cortometrajes en un festival por 3 ocasiones y observó demasiados cortometrajes de cualquier lado, ¿de acuerdo? Entonces, que esa también puede ser una ventana, un escaparate para que tú inicies tu trabajo y puede ser muy, muy barato también. Hace rato también lo mencionaba, que lo puedes hacer con celular, con tu computadora, con lo que sea, para que pues empieces a tener estas experiencias y lo dejes ir y a ver qué pasa. Ok.
Thank you. And I would like to ask another thing. In short, here in Mexico, I think art in any kind of ways is not really important. For example, if you say like, for example, you're gonna study acting or music, some people it's like, you're gonna stare. So what would you say to them, to that people?
No, I wouldn't say. I wouldn't
El
give.
micrófono se apagó.
You know what? I would just. Everyone has their own opinion, and everyone has their own opinion of how you should live your life. But you have this one life in this one body, this one Irving Reyes. Like you ultimately get to choose what you want to do with your life. So I think, who cares? Who cares what other people think? Because honestly, they're looking out for, even if it's your loved ones, like your family may think, oh, this is what you should do, and sometimes they're doing it. They think that's what the right thing is, but only you know what you really want and what is right for you. And your gut, that is one thing that I learned in acting school. My instinct, my gut can tell me, oh, no, that's not the right choice. This is the right choice. So that's the advice I would give. And another thing to add to that is, and this is really hard for me because I'm still learning. Keep putting yourself out there. It doesn't mean you have to go crazy with social media, but the more that you talk about the things that you really are passionate about, people will hear that and say, oh, people, you will attract more of what you want to do by being open with it. So don't just keep it in here. In any way you can, try to do small things every day to kind of let the universe know that this is what I want. And hopefully, your dreams will be your life.
Ok. Ella dice que, pues bueno, solo se tiene una vida en este cuerpo y que hay que vivirla, ¿no? Y que no importa lo que los demás piensen, que a fin de cuentas ella también aprendió de que tienes que seguir tus instintos. Muchas veces ella sintió cuál era la decisión correcta, si hacerlo o no hacerlo, ¿no? Entonces, pues solamente uno es el que sabe qué es lo que quiere y qué es lo que le gusta o tiene que definirlo, ¿ok? A grandes rasgos fue eso. Okay.
Thank you so much. I'm really glad to meet you.
Thank you, Irving. It's nice to meet you too.
Ok, ¿alguien más tiene alguna otra pregunta?
Oh, there's two roses. Sorry.
Julie.
Yeah. It's the same person.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, Julie, tu turno.
Yeah, thank you. So thanks for being with you a lot in some aspects. And I'm a person who gets super nervous every time that I have to perform or every time that I have to be on stage. So my question is, what advice would you give us, to me or to everyone, every time, like, what can we do every time that we get nervous? Like we feel that we are not controlling ourselves anymore while performing.
So I also get nervous for everything. For before I teach yoga, before I get into like a crowd or an audition. A lot of it is practice. A lot of it is just you do it again and again and again and again. And sometimes you're less nervous the next time, and sometimes you're not. Um, but I've learned to breathe, um, like actively breathing. It sounds so silly, but it actually works. And doing yoga has actually helped me a lot. And I've tried to do meditation. I'm still trying to figure it out, but I think it's like the more that I'm having fun. So this Zoom meeting, I was kind of nervous, but at the same time, I love being in this environment. Like I love talking and being with other actors, especially from not from the US. So for me, it's just fun. So when you figure out like how to just make it fun, or you're just doing it with friends, it starts to not feel as nerve wracking. And also, I think if you practice, like you have an audition, right? And it's all in here, it's all in your head. It's like if you already know, oh, okay, I memorized it, I practiced, I know this character. Okay, there's nothing else you need to do. You've done your work. Now all you have to do is breathe and show them what you got. So I think it's just a matter of just practicing and also knowing who you knowing yourself. I hope that helps.
Ok, bueno, decía Yuli que ella se pone muy nerviosa. Dice Samantha que todavía se pone nerviosa, incluso cuando da clases de yoga o daba clases, también se ponía nerviosa, pero justo eso es lo que le ha ayudado la yoga y la meditación, que todavía no es muy hábil en la meditación, pero lo sigue trabajando, pero ella refuerza, y ahorita el último lo acaba de hacer también, de que la práctica de lo que tú vayas a hacer, si ya memorizaste tus textos, si sabes lo que tienes que hacer, eso te va a dar seguridad. Entonces la práctica y déjate fluir y diviértete. Ella habla mucho de divertirse, ¿no? Y ya que estés ahí, pues nada más tú muéstrales a ellos, a los de la audición, lo que sabes hacer y lo que tienes, ¿no? Prácticamente es eso, ¿ok?
Yeah, thank you. And I have another question. And this is about every time that you feel like down or that you feel like you can't do things anymore. What's the thing that like cheers you up to try again and feel like, oh, I can do this, or I'm enough, or things like that?
That's a great question, Yuli. So I think I mentioned it before. Writing is, I think, one of my number one things that I do to first kind of like ground myself, and especially when I have those negative thoughts, I need somewhere to put it, and there's no one to talk. I feel like I don't want to either. I don't want to talk to anyone, or I feel like there's no one who will understand. This person will understand. Just writing it down. And then music. I love music. I love dancing by myself in my room. um, That helps a lot. And then sometimes I love also going to the movies by myself. That always cheers me up. Um, so I think yeah, music has like saved me a lot, like saved my life when I feel um like I can't do it anymore, or can't cope. So music, writing, movies, it's basically art. It's basically, I think those are my outlet. Like art has really saved me.
Ok, las cosas que ella hace para animarse y para recuperarse de todo esto es escuchar música, bailar, ir al cine, que de hecho la música es lo que le ha ayudado muchísimo. Y recuerden, me dijo otra cosa, música, bailar, dibujar, que ya lo había mencionado, dibujar, música, bailar, e ir al cine, ver películas, o sea, básicamente el arte es lo que a ella le ayuda. Y hace rato, rápidamente, también una de las cosas que ella hace para controlar los nervios es respirar, que puede parecer tonto, pero es respirar, ¿de acuerdo? Se me había olvidado ese detalle, es que a veces son tantas cosas que las olvidan. Ok, ya.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Yuli.
Anyone else? ¿Alguien más?
Samantha, you're amazing. You're amazing. We hope you had a good time, and thank you very much for your time. It was an honor, and I hope you will be with us again.
Oh, I definitely will. If I love meeting everyone. I wish I'm just hit me up. I'm free, I'm available. And thank you so much for all your questions and just for being here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you
Oh.
so much. Chips. His name is Chips.
Thank you, Samantha. Thank you, Mitchell, for this interview.
Oh, sorry. I'm curious to know where everyone in Mexico is. Everyone in Mexico?
No.
No.
Daniela is from Peru, I think. Yeah. Right?
I would love to. Where is everyone coming from? I would love to know if everyone can like say their name and like where they are.
Ok, cada uno diga su nombre y de dónde es. Empezamos contigo, Azul.
Hi, my name is Azul. I am Mexican.
Daniela.
Okay, my name is Daniela Gadea, and I'm from Peru. It's in South America. It's north and south. Like.
Oh.
Cher.
Hi, my name is Cher, and I'm from Mexico.
Yuli.
Hi, I'm Julie and I'm Mexican.
Andrés.
Hi, I am Andres and I'm from Mexico.
Samantha Leal.
I am Samantha, your tocaya, and I'm from Mexico.
Irving Reyes.
Hi, I'm Irving and I'm from Mexico too.
Rosa Magallanes.
Hi, I'm Rosa.
Okay, bad connection. She's from Peru. Ángel Sarza Mora.
I am Angel, and I'm from Mexico.
And Michelle Scutia, she knows web tales.
Yeah, I'm from Mexico City.
Okay, and I'm from Mexico City too.
Oh, and I guess I'm from New York City via the Philippines.
Good. Okay. Anything else? ¿Algo más, Ángel?
No, it's all.
Okay, well.
I have a question. Is this a group that you guys have every
daily.
month, every
No, daily. Every day we take classes.
every day?
Yeah, we have music classes, singing classes, script classes,
voiceover,
acting classes. Huh?
voiceover,
Dubbing.
dubbing. Doblaje. Bueno, ellos lo dicen más como voiceover.
Dubbing. Yeah, this is a school.
Guitar too.
His name is Expression and Arts.
Ah, I see. Is it theater and film or mainly theater?
Well, mainly theater. Yeah, but sometimes we talk about the acting in movies
with like special guests and other teachers.
I got it. Nice.
Yeah, it's an arts academy online.
Very nice. Do you guys teach a specific technique of acting, or is it more of a general?
General. All the teachers try to translate. Would try to connect all the specialties in acting.
Do you have physical theater classes too?
Yes.
You
Dance.
Okay. So yeah, physical. I didn't mention that, but physical theater that's how I get into my acting. Like I like physical stuff because I feel like you can really transform into another character through the physical body. And to me, that's like one of the most interesting, fascinating things.
And share the feelings to the audience, to the persons.
Definitely. That's super cool. Well, I'm happy that you guys this is a daily thing. That's amazing.
And we have the next Monday our anniversary.
Yeah, you're the last special guest. Since the Monday it's gonna be happen with anniversary. Anniversary. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for everyone for being here. Like this is like one of the things that I love to do is this. So I'm really honored that you guys had me here. Like I feel super blessed. So thank you.
Yes.
And I'll share my email with you guys. I can put it in the chat.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Samantha, I want to say that today you don't have idea how much we learn from you. I'm impressed about all your knowledge about life.
Michelle, I feel like I haven't done anything. I feel like it's funny because I'm just living my life. It doesn't feel like I don't know why. Maybe that's because you're living your life and you don't see it from the outside. And I'm very hard. I could be hard on myself. Like I want to achieve so much that I forget I've done all this training and I've done stuff. Okay, I'm putting my website also if anyone is interested. But that's my email, and that's so you can feel free to send me an email. I check it every day. So if you have any questions or you would like some resources or whatever, or if you want to just chat, I have Zoom also, so we can also I like doing face to face also. So I like email and face-to-face. I hate talking on the phone, so don't ever call me. But
Okay.
face-to-face I like. So if ever you guys want to Zoom one-on-one, I'll be here. So
Thanks. This is one of the best class here.
Yeah, pretty sure. Pretty sure. Thank you, Samantha.
Thank you and have a good night.
thank you. I will. Good night to everyone.
Okay. Well, okay.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much,
Good
Samantha.
night.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Samantha. Thank you, guys.
you.
Goodbye and see you
Bye.
tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah.
Clap, clap.
Bye.
Ya nos vamos.